Hello, today I am going to tell you one problem that your organization has, but you have not solved it properly yet. Your organization has already accumulated thousands of millions of records or documents, and those are saved in their repositories in a very secure place. And on daily basis also you are generating hundreds of documents, and those are also getting saved in that repository storehouse. And those remain invisible because these documents are flat. Hello everyone, my name is Suchismita and I run Avidya AI Lab. Today in this session, within next 10 minutes, I am going to discuss about a problem that every organization has and how I have solved it and who is it for. So can you imagine that, for example, if you are an IT company or any company and you are onboarding one engineer into your organization. He has been told that he has to complete his onboarding process and get all this knowledge in order to get involved into the next activity sprint 1 within 1 month or 45 days or the 60 days, the time frame that you have given. So you have also shared some set of Confluence based documents, some set of Jira projects, some set of emails. Those are tagged as must to be read before getting involved into sprint 1, and those are lying into the inbox. Many sources, right? But still, even after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the engineer is roaming behind a senior engineer or an architect to clarify one of his questions. Still, he is not able to connect all the broken pieces into a single system architecture so that he should be able to correlate how he has to plan the next activity for this application in which he is being assigned. And sometimes also he is not getting that confident to get involved into the actual real-time work. Let's discuss about the second scenario. For example, you are running an consulting firm and you are having one brilliant consultant who is engaged with two most important clients. She has put down paper, and within next 3 weeks she is going to leave your organization. She has prepared very nice documents related to project plans, action items, and the decisions taken. Sometimes those kind of information he has done. But she is going to leave your organizations with some additional informations. Those are not documented in any of the document. Only the people who was involved during that time in those kind of projects, or the person who has prepared those documents, they can understand what is written inside those documents once he goes through that one during that point of time. Even after a certain point of time also, he or she may lose the information that was in his mind or her mind during the course of the action was happening. So you can say like that's a scenario how that consultant had handled some kind of situations between the two clients which were looking for the similar kind of use cases. What kind of patterns he had found between the needs, the requirements between those two clients. What kind of conflicts used to get happen. How volatile those requirements, and how quickly, what are the mindset, what are the strategies he had followed in order to come with some quick decisions. So those kind of informations, those kind of reasoning activities were nowhere mentioned in any kind of the document. And it has been estimated by Deloitte that hardly 52 is mostly like 52 to 100% of the complete revenue gets went with the departure of one knowledge worker. This kind of knowledge worker whom I say that consultant. We say consultant. And the third scenario, let's understand. For example, you are a part of the research firm. Okay, you are 5 team members. You are running a team of 5 team members, researchers who are working this. They are doing research under you, and every hypothesis they are mentioning what are the different kind of data sets they are using, what are the data sources, and what are the outcome of each of the hypothesis, complete tracking. They have prepared very nice documents, and those are saved in your repository. What happened now? After 6 months, one new person has joined and he started working on some project where there was no one, or the previous researchers had already left the organization, a research firm. Okay, so in that case, when he tried to find out how to handle a specific hypothesis, what are the decisions those were taken and experiments were done, and some kind of experiment outputs he wants to verify, so that any kind of mistake were done during that time, those should not be repeated, because this kind of researchers hypothesis, those are very expensive, and we have to minimize the any kind of error as minimum possible. But he is not able to get it. So you think, what is the importance of the actual knowledge, or everywhere in all these scenarios it is required? You feel like that no, documents are the key for knowledge, but not. What is the connections between all these documents, how the reasoning is coming out, how the decisions was made, that is the actual document. The organizations are having piles of documents, but those document, when we say that they are having piles of documents, but at the time of need they starve of knowledge. So what is the difference? This knowledge is the actual output that those documents contains, which can be used for your valuable information, valuable deliverables, or the valuable decisions. That is the actual knowledge. So what is the difference between the traditional knowledge system? They are very nice working system, keyword based search system or the vector similarity based search system. So whenever you try to search some kind of specific information with a keyword, you will get many documents coming in the list. But when you put some kind of questions, for example, that what are the services which are related to this database, it's difficult to find out. If you search like that, okay, for this specific client and under this kind of defect, how those were getting handled in previous 6 months. So those kind of informations also you don't get. And for example, for this specific hypothesis, what are the different experiments were performed? Yes, you can find out what are the different outcomes were performed, but why this specific decision was taken to reject one kind of hypothesis and that was related to some other hypothesis, those kind of connections were missing to give you the enough information. So what I want to say is that this specific application, that is the AI platform knowledge, AI knowledge platform, that is going to solve your problem. What are the different features provided by this? Because we are having, when we say that AI knowledge platform, then it is a kind of connected, it's a connected queryable and auditable systems between your documents. That is the derivations of the knowledge is coming. So how is it different than the other applications? If you go for, there are many providers related to this kind of knowledge informations. You can talk about the Stardog, you can talk about Microsoft Graph Rack, but the stiff is that they will charge $200,000 in order to implement some specific use case. They will give you 18 months of deployment plan, specific project deployment plan, and they also need one ontology specialist in order to configure your application's parameters or the requirements. And this can be done, this can be affordable by Fortune 500 companies. Then what will happen to the mid-level companies? Do they don't need this kind of knowledge platform, or they don't have those kind of, they cannot afford those kind of, because they are not that much of financially strong? No, our AI knowledge platform provides that information. So how is it going to, all these informations along with some additional features. So how is it going to, AI knowledge platform is going to get different than these major knowledge providers? The first one is that predictable, it's a predictive reasoning, predictive discovery. So it is like that, what is predictive or the proactive discovery? Instead of reactive, it is whenever you put some user query, it will give you the kind of how the complete reasoning has done. It will give you all the kind of traceabilities. It will give you what are the entities, what are the nodes, how the proper reasoning has happened. And it will the complete auditability from the source document to the final answer. It will give you the complete traceability of the system. And it is also human governance. Without human review or approval, the information that was provided by the system is not going to get saved into the system. So how it works? It works, you have to, for example, you are an engineering firm, you have to upload all the documents that you need in your organizations. And once you start, it's a chatbot based. Once you put any kind of queries, then it will give you the answer by surfing all the related documents. So what are the documents are required and the confidence level of all the entities extracted. When you say that one document, so what are the different nouns extracted, entities extracted from that document, that will be stored as the nodes. And how each node is related to the other noun, and those are getting saved as in the form of relationships. So a graph will be formed, and the complete all those informations with the confidence score of extractions, entity extractions, those will be also getting displayed in the user interface. And the human has to approve that one, any kind of similar terms. For example, text to SQL systems, then a human can say like that, okay, these are the two similar terms, and then they can consider one, they can approve to be considered as one. So this kind of stuffs will be there with the proper guidance. And next one is about what is the value proposition of this system. So when I say that value propositions, documents will lie in your system. You are having plenty of huge document. Our system is going to provide three things in a single platform. The first is that your engineer onboarding process will be getting faster for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and that will solve your cost. Second is that from the existing informations, no need to generate, no need to create any new information or the new documents. Any consultant, any pre-existing informations about the client interactions, those can be also sufficed, and that will reduce cost. And the third is that research problems. When we go for the research, any undocumented informations cannot be repeated as any kind of mistake without with the presence of this AI knowledge platform. So in my next video, I'll be showing giving the live demo how the application works. And till then, please comment any kind of questions you are having, and please reach out to me. My contact number is mentioned in the description box. Thank you.